Question for you. You said you don't act more because the emotions drain you, but isn't, if I'm not mistaken, because I've done a couple plays, not trying to put myself in with you on one, but when you act, that's what it does when you're in it. It does drain you. It's just a matter of recovering from it afterwards. So, could you recover afterwards, where you can put more acting in, or after you put it out there, you just done and I gotta go?
No, it's never for me, Ben. I'm done and then I go. It does take a long time. The like if we had longer and more deep rehearsals, it would be a longer recovery process. And then the other thing that happens to me is after a play, I get sad because then I get attached to my cast and I get attached to my character, and then it's over.
Right.
Look at him nodding. Look at him nodding, right?
So are all of you the same way as far as the recovery after what you put into it, or?
Very much so. I did a play 15 years ago with a high school friend of mine titled Duppy. He was on your show one time.
Okay,
Omar.
right.
Good friend of mine. And he finally wrote the graphic novel, but before it was a novel, it was a stage play. And I played the main character in the story who abused his grandfather. It's a story on elderly abuse. And each time I touched that stage, I became that character. And when I came off, I was so drained behind being this violent young man who beat up his grandfather and stuff. I mean, so many people in the audience, they hated my character. They loved the play, but they just hated the way how it was portrayed. I reached them. And in order to reach that, in order to get to that level, you got to give yourself. And definitely what she says is very much valid. You will be drained, and you walk away with that.
I'll give you a prime example of someone who really lets it out. Viola Davis. Did you see Fences?
Listen, I was just thinking about Fences. I don't know. Omar, I was just thinking about Fences. There's no way I could. There is no possible way. I don't know how she functioned after that.
Yeah, she gave it 125%.
It was yes.
Phenomenal.
I didn't see the whole movie. I missed.
But it was because in the beginning it was just quiet. She was just it was quiet, and then she just went from here to here in like a second, and it was too much. I remember in one play I was in, after closing night, I cried for 2 days. And my parents, I lived at home at the time, and my parents were like, "What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?" And I laid in my room and I just cried for 2 days, So, but it's fun while it's lasting.
The fact that you cried was a good thing, because there could be times where you were in a play with several different characters, 8, 9, 10 characters. And sometimes you may not get along. You may say to yourself, "I can't wait till this play over so I can get away from this person." But the fact that you cried, it just showed an emotional bonding and unity among the characters. So that's a great thing.
Yeah, it's trying,
I've never had that problem.
You've never cried after a play?
I've never cried after a play. However, I have been drained from that part. I found myself I need to relax. I need to kick back and kick my feet up. But I've been drained from that character. I know Omar likes to cast me as this funny person.
Yeah, so he's always funny.
And for a little bit, this one's a little bit different for me. So he told me to tone it down because I would take certain parts of it and I would kind of twist it to make it funny. So he says, "Well, tone it down. It's a serious part." So I catch myself. But I know for me, just trying to be that funny character and bring it out, and then once I start getting into it, hey, it's just that work. It's just that feeling, because I want to make the audience laugh.
Right.
I want to bring what I have, to make that audience say, "Wow, he's funny," And I live for that. I live for that moment to make you laugh, to make the audience even cry if I can. Right. But once I'm done, it comes out. It's really draining, and you just need a couple days to just unwind and relax from that character.
The last play that I was in before this, my character was 8 months pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So I had to wear the baby bump.
Wow.
And so we had like dress rehearsals. I'm eating the whole time, and my friend's like, "You're not really pregnant, okay?" So, but it was exhausting. It was tiring, and it was a pillow, So, but you get into it, and then everything, you're getting up in a weird way, and I'm like, come on, hello, settle down. But when you want to do it right, you do it.
I think it gives it, I think characters, especially if you relate to the character, and I think in the play, all of us relate some way, shape, or form to the character, so it gives us a little bit more of an advantage or a push to go out there and not only have the character relate to us, but we can give that character to the audiences too. And as Omar said, there's going to be some Ebonies in the audience that, hey, that's me. There's going to be some Gales in the audience, that's me. Or some Rickies, that's me, or Mr. Baker, so forth and so on. So I think the relativity also, you just have to make it believable. Even though, you know, you weren't really 8 months pregnant, now you know what it is, partially, to be 8 months pregnant. So I think also just the relativity, bringing the character forth, you know what I'm saying? Just giving it all you got and, you know, making it believable, making it.
She wasn't able to join us tonight, but Lisa plays a model, and there are times when she's telling her story, and there's something in her voice.
Yeah, she does it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's something in her voice that is, it makes you hurt for her. You know, and she's just explaining her life, which would on the surface appear to be a beautiful life, like a life that we would dream of, but there's stuff inside and underneath, and she does this thing with her voice. And I'm like, is she doing that on purpose? You know, because it's so.
So that's only for the play.
Yeah.
That's not her.
It's not a real. It's not. I don't hear her speak that way to us. It's a way she delivers her lines. That's just, you know, I
It
like.
makes you like quiet.
Yeah, it
You hear a
makes
pin
you
drop.
look and really lean into what she's saying. You know.
Do you have another project in line coming
Well,
up?
you know, right now, like I said, I just finished this maybe about a month ago. So I'm just still relieving from the emotional writing this. So I want to take this as far as possible. I don't want to do this one time and that's it. I mean, if you look at For Color Girls, that was written in 1974 and it's still playing.
Right.
You know, Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman, been playing for the last 30, 40 years. So I mean, how great would it be to take From Tears to Glory the stories of our lives for the next 25, 30 years? You know, I mean, so that's my goal. Of course, I want to work on other projects, but for right now, I'm just. Like I said, this is going to be a book version of it too, so I'm doing that as well. So.
Okay. That is great. That is great.
Great. Aubin, can you put the graphic up one more time? We'll read that through, just to make sure everyone knows that they can come see a staged reading of the 3-act play, From Tears to Glory, the Story of Our Lives. This will be this Wednesday, February 22nd at 12:30 p.m. at the Wilmington Senior Center. The Senior Center is located at 1901 North Market Street in Wilmington, 19802. Admission is free. If you have any questions, feel free to call Omar at 743-2067, and his email address is listed there. And as usual, if you have any questions or you need any information, you can always feel free to reach out to Dwayne or myself, and we certainly will get you in touch with Omar. So that's this Wednesday is the first showing of the play. So you're going to come?
Yeah, I'll come. I got to check my schedule. I think I'm clear though, because it's 12 o'clock. But
Yeah.
I can always switch things around so I can see, you know, the play, enjoy everything, just in case down the line I get cast.
You've got to follow them around and
20
just say,
Okay, so that's
yeah.
a hint.
No, I'm not.
All
I'm gonna
right.
just invite them to the gym, give them a nice workout, and subliminally give them messages and let them know, you know, see what I'm doing? This is acting here. So
Okay, that's great.
I'll
that's
put a
great.
wig on too if you need it.
Okay.
I'll put one on.
Medea.
I don't know what kind, but I'll put one on. You know.
Well, Omar, Summer, Demetrius, Maurice, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for having us
And
on.
Omar, thank you for giving me a chance to be
Oh,
on one
yeah,
of your
always,
plays.
always.
I
That's awesome.
appreciate it.